test, est-ce que tu m'entends? Est-ce que vous m'entendez? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, test, test. Super, vous m'entendez? Parfait.
Two, 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 1, 2. Yeah, happy? Are we all happy? Yeah.
channel is English? One? English channel? One? Yeah? Okay. English channel is one? Okay, thanks.
This is for the translation. Bonjour, bienvenue pour cette conférence de presse de veille de match, rencontre entre Liverpool et le Paris Saint-Germain, huitième de finale retour de Ligue des Champions, en présence de Richard Varachkelia. Merci de lui adresser vos questions en français ou en anglais.
So feel free to ask either in English or French, please, with the microphone. Hi, after the game in the first leg, I think you have 16% chance of going through to the next round, according to the statisticians. What percentage chance do you think you have of going through to the next round?
Hi everyone, first of all, I want to say that the chances are, I think, 50-50, because I think to dominate against Liverpool is not easy, and we did it. We play very well. I think we show great football, and for me, tomorrow the game will be 50-50. We just have to concentrate about our game and to be confident, to show them that we are here just to win.
Bonjour, Richard.
Hi.
Giovanni Castelli, la chaîne L'Équipe.
I'm from L'Équipe newspaper. You're from Napoli. You're used to playing in wonderful stadia with great atmospheres. I think after playing at home in Paris on previous occasions, the PSG has struggled, particularly against them at Barcelona. Do you talk about this? Do you talk about this in the dressing room, about going to these big stadia? Do you have a lot of confidence now amongst your fellow players for tomorrow?
Yeah, of course, we are speaking about everything in the dressing room, but like I said before, we are confident and we're just thinking about tomorrow's game, and we are just happy that we have the chance to play this important game tomorrow, and we give everything for this game.
RMC Sport, it seems that you're getting better and better in a PSG shirt. How do you feel about your progress? Are you at 80%, 90% of what you're fully capable of doing at the moment? How do you judge yourself?
Yes, I think I feel great here because my adaptation was good. I think because they helped me so much, the team, club, players, the coaches, and everybody in the team. And I feel I can do more, and that's why I'm working hard to show everybody that I can do every time more and more, and I will do it, and I try to work hard that show them that I can do every time better and better.
Bonjour, Alice Lefebvre pour l'AFP.
Hello. How are you preparing mentally? Because you're going to have to turn this score around, and how are you preparing to do that for tomorrow?
We have motivation, of course, and we prepare ourselves. I don't know which way, but when you play Anfield against Liverpool, I think you don't need to motivate yourself so much. You have it already inside. And when you play again for the Paris Saint-Germain, I think you have motivation every game. And when you play in Champions League, of course, it's the honor. And we have big mentality, I think, in the team, and we just try to win tomorrow. This is our mentality.
Bonjour, ici.
Hi, I'm over here.
Luis Enrique pour l'Équipe.
L'Équipe newspaper once again. I just want to talk about your dribbling. You know, you're different to lots of other players. Is it important to you to be a player who looks good when you're dribbling, when you're playing, when you're world class players? Is that important for you to also to look good in what you're doing?
Yeah, of course. First, I love football. I love to play football, and of course, I'm enjoying when I dribble or try to do something beautiful. But most important for me is the team, and most important is for me the team goals. And of course, the football not only to do something beautiful. It's about the result, about winning the games, about winning the trophies. And I think for me also it's important to play beautiful, but also it's important to have a good results.
Bonjour Richard, ici à gauche.
Just down here on the left, from Le Parisien newspaper. You're one of the very few players who've already played here with Napoli. Have you given some advice to your players, fellow players, told them how important it is coming here, and have other players perhaps spoken in the dressing room to try and motivate everyone, because tomorrow's game is truly important, of course?
Only one who played here at Anfield, and most of them, they know that what it means to play at Anfield. And of course it will be a tough game because there will be great atmosphere for Liverpool, but I know that also our fans are coming here, and also for us will be good support. We know that they are every time with us, and they also will be for us from Paris, but most important is when you go to the field, just concentrate about football and just to do your work. So we try to do our best, and it doesn't matter we play Anfield or in Paris. Our goal is to win tomorrow, and we give everything for that.
Bonsoir, Philippe Sanfourche pour RTL.
I think everyone was surprised by how much you dominated Liverpool at the first leg. Were you surprised by your domination, and do you think you can play exactly the same game tomorrow? Basically, get hold of the ball and just not give it back to Liverpool, you know, because tomorrow you're playing in one of the toughest places to play, of course.
I said it will be a tough game, but our goal is to dominate game like we did in Paris, and to play the quality of the game like we did in Paris. We will try it, because I think to dominate, like I said, against Liverpool is not easy, and we know here will be more difficult. But if we play our game and we just concentrate about our game, and we just give everything to do on the field, everything, I think everything is possible, and we try to just play our game, and let's see what will be finished.
Bonsoir, Jean Rességuier d'RMC Sport. Au regard du match aller.
Looking back at the home game, it was a narrow defeat. You could still qualify, you could still get through, but to what degree is this the most important game for PSG thus far this season? Do you agree it's the most important game?
I think it will be the most important game tomorrow in our season, because it's Champions League. Our goal is to be part of the Champions League many times as possible, and to play in a final. So I think every game is important for us, but in Champions League against Liverpool, when you are already in the quarterfinals, so every game is important now. And also we are down 1-0, so we know that this game tomorrow's game is most important in the season.
The Guardian, could you give us an idea of the feeling in the dressing room last week after the defeat, and have you been in a game at this level where you've dominated to that extent and still lost?
Yeah, we were a little bit disappointed, because I think the football that day was unfair, because when you play like that against Liverpool and you didn't win, it's like very, very unfair, and we were disappointed. But next day when we go to the dressing room, we just watch each other, we smile, and we just keep working hard to play the same, and I think if, like I said, tomorrow if we try to play the same quality of the game, we can win. We win the game. We show everybody that we can win against every team now.
Bonjour Vircha, Stéphane de l'Archive parisien. Vous êtes entraîné par un coach.
You have a coach who was in charge of Barcelona when they performed that wonderful remontada when they came back, and you know they'd lost heavily. Same thing. You Oxford came back last year as well in another game. Well, PSG did as well. Is Luis Enrique communicating this idea to you that anything's possible tomorrow? After all.
Yeah, of course, he's telling us many stories, and he's telling us that we just have to concentrate about our game and just be confident, just try more and more every time, and everything is possible, of course. He have many games like that, and he knows everything well than us, so that's why he's our coach, and he's giving us many opportunities to show us some stuff that we can play, we can do it in the field, and we will try to do our best on the field, and I think the chance will be huge.
Bonsoir, Christophe Remis pour Le Figaro. Le coach vous fait jouer.
Well, the coach has switched your position. You've played on the left, where you normally play for Napoli, play for Napoli. Sometimes in the middle, sometimes on the right. Is that disrupt you a little bit, or are you happy to keep switching positions, or do you prefer playing on the left?
I think when you play in Paris Saint-Germain, it doesn't matter which position you are. I'm in attack, so I'm close to score goal, and for me this is the most important, and I think wherever the team needs me, I will play, even it's defense or something, I will do my best wherever it is. I don't really care about it, because the most important thing that I'm playing football and I'm enjoying so much, so I will try to do everything for my team, and the position doesn't matter for me.
What's your expectation before the game? It will be if we compare the first game or second game, it will be what are waiting for the same style game with the one team domination, or will be the open game with the many attacks by the both team?
I think tomorrow Liverpool will be more confident, because they are playing home with this amazing fans. So we know that will be a little bit a tough game than it was in Paris, and of course they are confident because they are winning 1-0, and I think it will be a different game, but we try to play our game, and the most important is the result. So let's see tomorrow after the game who will be the next, who will win this battle.
Dernière question.
Bonjour Kvisha, juste ici, Elias Peters, 98.
Well, on the basis of what you saw last week, what do you think you need to do to win tomorrow against Liverpool?
I think the most important is last game we create many chances, and we didn't score. We had many great opportunities to score, but we missed it, and I think tomorrow will be so important to just be ready for every moment, and if there will be chance to score, we have to score it, and just use our strength that we have on the team.
Merci.
Thank you, guys.
Question en français ou en anglais pour Luis Enrique.
Questions English or French for Luis Enrique. Since Wednesday, are you convinced you can still qualify? It seems to be the case. Was it easy to convey that belief to your players? Do they believe you can win?
Hemos seguido el curso de la semana habitual. Un pequeño análisis del partido de Liverpool al día siguiente. Hemos preparado el partido de Rennes y bueno, hoy haremos el entrenamiento, mañana hablaremos del partido, de qué tipo de partido entendemos que puede ocurrir y no cambia demasiado nuestro planteamiento. En este caso, independientemente del resultado que hubiera sido otro, no habría cambiado nuestra manera de preparar este partido. Pero lo que sí es cierto es que ahora nosotros estamos eliminados con este resultado, con lo cual solo nos queda una opción, que es salir a ganar, que era lo que íbamos a hacer, aunque el resultado hubiera sido otro.
Well, we've had a normal week, to be honest with you. We've analysed the game against Liverpool, and then we're prepared for the next game against Rennes. We've trained, and tomorrow, you know, there won't be any change in our approach or attitude. Regardless of the result, we wouldn't have done anything differently anyway, even had we won the first game. At the moment, we're out, so our only option, of course, is to go out on the pitch tomorrow to win. And that's what we'll be focusing on, and that is what is driving us tomorrow.
Bonsoir, Luis Enrique.
Thousands of fans will be coming to Liverpool from Paris, and they'll be creating a wonderful atmosphere together with the Liverpool fans here. And how are you preparing for this, and how are you going to add to the atmosphere as well tomorrow here in Liverpool?
Sabemos que es un estadio mítico de Europa, con una historia detrás muy potente y es una motivación para nosotros como equipo y de manera individual demostrar que podemos jugar un muy buen partido ante un muy buen Liverpool en su terreno. ¿Por qué no? Y ese es nuestro objetivo y nuestra motivación.
Well, I'm pretty convinced that absolutely every single one of my players is going to want to play tomorrow here at Liverpool. We know what playing at Liverpool means. I mean, it's like a historic stadium with a wonderful history, and that's a huge source of motivation for the team, for the individuals, players, and we want to show that we're capable of putting in a good performance, and that's our aim, and that's our greatest source of motivation. Yeah, you talked about motivation, and in this kind of a game, you don't need to really give them any more motivation to the players. So I suppose you also focus quite a lot on trying to control their emotions going into this game as well, because otherwise that's a trap you can fall into.
De este nivel, gestionar las emociones no es fácil para nadie, da igual la experiencia que tengas. Este tipo de partidos implican prepararlos de una manera especial y estar al 100% no es fácil. Entonces, estar al 105% no es adecuado porque uno reacciona de una manera exagerada y creo que esto va a ser vital para todos los jugadores que salten al terreno de juego. Gestionar las emociones.
Well, I think I've spoken about this in the past. Last season we spoke about this when we're playing matches at the top level. It's difficult to manage one's emotions and feelings, even for experienced players. These aren't easy games to prepare for. It's not easy to be at 100%, but then again, you don't want to be at 105, 110%, because you might get a little bit too carried away. So you need to be calm and manage your emotions and feelings in the best possible way. Arne Slot said after the Southampton game that Liverpool had fallen about 4 or 5 levels below the intensity expressed by PSG in the week. Are you proud about that? Proud that Slot is saying you're playing with such intensity? And do you think that you're going to be able to play to the same level of intensity tomorrow, both on and off the ball.
Intentar ser mejor que el adversario es un objetivo común que intentamos cada partido, especialmente cuando juegas fuera de casa, y a pesar de que nosotros sobre todo en todos los partidos que hemos hecho en nuestro campeonato hemos encontrado resultados muy positivos, es siempre muy difícil jugar fuera de casa, con lo cual siempre se añaden cosas que no puedes controlar, pero en ese sentido creo que para nosotros todo parte en lo futbolístico, es lo que a nosotros nos genera confianza, saber qué hacemos bien, qué cosas tenemos que estar a un nivel todavía superior, y nos remitimos siempre a lo futbolístico, que es lo que nos interesa a nosotros. Si tenemos el balón, que es nuestro objetivo, vamos a poder gestionar nuestra mejor capacidad, y a partir de aquí vamos a ver cómo estamos en el partido.
Notre objectif est
Well, our aim is always to be better. Our aim is always to be better than our opponents. That's what we always try to do. It's tough, particularly when you're playing away. And I guess that at home in France, most of our results are positive, but it's still more difficult playing away. There are lots of different things you have to cope with and manage. But everything starts with the way in which we play football. That's where we draw our confidence from. We are confident in what we do well. We know the areas that we have to improve. So, you know, we're focused on the football, playing football. If we keep possession of the ball, which is our aim, then we're able to play our own game, and then we'll see how things develop over the course of the game. Hi. You played a wonderful European game in the first match. Do you think you can do more, doing the same thing, or do you need to change something else? Change something.
Es evidente. Son circunstancias diferentes. En nuestra casa el partido, cada acción viene reforzada por nuestros aficionados, y eso en el ambiente se nota. Creo que estuvimos muy bien en muchos aspectos del juego vitales para nosotros. Mañana estará más equilibrado. Es evidente que eso sucede, pero yo soy siempre optimista en lo que puede hacer mi equipo, y es evidente que todo pasa por controlar las fases importantes del juego, y eso pasa por atacar todos juntos, defender todos juntos a través del balón, tener lo más tiempo posible el balón, y a partir de ahí generar nuestras situaciones de ataque.
Well, there's always room for improvement, we know that. But circumstances change from one game to the next. When you're at home, everything you do is supported by your fans as well, of course. So you're buoyed by your fans. So we have to be good at what we know how to do. Tomorrow the game is bound to be more balanced, but I'm very optimistic when it comes to the ability that my team has. I think it's important to control the important phase of the game. We need to attack together, defend together, and we also need to keep the ball, and once we keep the ball, then we'll be able to create dangerous opportunities and score. Well, in was it 2017, you turned it around for Barcelona. You had, what, about 4 goals gap to make up for, the famous remontada, and it's the kind of game you like, I think, isn't it? And what do you need to do to change this game around?
Prefiero que no me hubiera metido el Paris Saint-Germain 4-0 cuando entraba al Barça. No, prefiero. Pero yo a lo largo de mi carrera creo que cuanto peor, pues también son situaciones a gestionar, y no tengo ningún problema en afrontarlas de manera directa y sin freno, por decirlo de alguna manera, pero preferiría tener un resultado positivo.
No, it certainly isn't the kind of situation that I prefer or like. I would have preferred to have been winning 4-0, to be honest with you, in the return leg against PSG. But throughout my career, I've realised that sometimes when you really have your backs against the wall, you can react, you can do something. I won't be hesitating. You know, you need to meet these things head on. I would have preferred not to be going into the game and losing tomorrow, of course. Well, you often say that there's no point in talking to your players straight after the game because it's too soon. It's too soon to talk to your players. Did you speak to your players after the game? But you did speak to your players after the game on Wednesday. And what did you feel your players needed from you on Wednesday after that game?
Nunca, casi nunca, a los jugadores después del partido. Es nuestra teoría, se puede compartir o no. Nosotros creemos ciegamente en que no es el momento ideal para hablar a alguien que ya no puede hacer nada en el partido, a alguien que está completamente condicionado por el resultado, pero después del partido de Liverpool el miércoles pasado, sí que reforcé a mi equipo, a mis jugadores, porque creo que habían hecho todo para conseguir otro resultado. Nada más, creo que siempre se puede hacer excepciones y ese fue el día. No creo que vuelva a suceder.
Well, yeah, I've often told you why I almost never speak to my players at the end of a game. It's my view of things. Not everyone has to agree. I believe that speaking to players right after the game, there's no point to it because the players are just thinking about the result at that point. But yeah, sure, after the game against Liverpool on Wednesday, I decided to talk to my players because I wanted to pick them up a little bit and tell them that they'd done absolutely everything to get a good result. So I made an exception on last Wednesday, but I don't think I'll be doing it again.
Bonjour coach, Andrea Laperna, France Info. Vous ne laissez jamais filtrer d'indices en conférence de presse pour ne pas avantager l'adversaire.
You never give anything away in a press conference that might help your opponents. What kind of impact can the catching your opponents by surprise actually have? Because you never give anything away. So do you have any surprises up your sleeve?
No creo que Arne Slot tenga dudas de más o menos cuál es la alineación, ¿no? Más o menos. Yo no tengo muchas dudas de cuál va a ser la alineación de Liverpool. Los entrenadores damos indicios o no, decimos lo que queremos decir y en función de eso no suelo estar muy atento tampoco a lo que dicen los entrenadores porque yo tampoco digo muchas veces la verdad. Ni digo quién va a jugar, ni de qué manera. Lo que sí es cierto es que creo que tanto en el partido de ida como mañana creo que se verá un partido entre dos equipos de los mejores de Europa, sin ninguna duda. Dos equipos que pueden ser campeones de Europa. Evidentemente uno de ellos al acabar el partido y que mañana se verá un partido cada uno con sus estilos, pero dos de los mejores equipos de Europa sin ninguna duda. Luego que des más o menos información forma parte del estilo de cada uno.
Well, I don't think that Arne Slot's got much doubts about the starting 11, our starting 11 tomorrow. I've got my ideas about their starting 11 as well. And, you know, you can say whatever you want about that, but I don't pay too much attention to what's going on elsewhere. And very often, no, I'm not going to give away who's going to play tomorrow or how we're going to play tomorrow. But one thing that is sure is that over the course of the two games, we'll be seeing two of the best teams in Europe playing, two teams which are certainly contenders to win the Champions League final. Almost certainly whoever wins tomorrow will go through, I think, to the final. Playing two different styles, but nevertheless, they're two of the best teams in Europe. And, well, giving away information, well, that just depends on each person's style of coaching, I guess. Well, you dominated the first game, you hope to go through, of course, but this could be the last truly important game of the season, or it could be just the next step on your voyage this season.
Siempre es mi pensamiento y espero que ese sea el último de la temporada. pero es evidente que es una competición que mañana, al acabar el partido, uno de los dos estará eliminado. Espero que no sea el Paris Saint-Germain. Ese es nuestro objetivo y es por lo que vamos a luchar. El partido de la ida nos hace caminar claramente hacia una dirección, no hay nada que especular, no lo íbamos a hacer de todas maneras, pero claramente nos apunta hacia un objetivo. Desde el primer minuto, desde el calentamiento, queremos ganar este partido. Es la única opción que tenemos para poder pasar a la siguiente fase.
Donc, non, j'espère toujours que le match le plus important est le suivant, celui qui
I always hope the most important game is the one that comes next, and I hope it'll be the very last game of the season as well. But tomorrow, quite clearly, by the end of the game, one team will be knocked out. I hope that it's not us. We don't want to get knocked out, of course, even though we are trailing from the first leg. But you know, we will be go out there playing our own game. We would always be playing our own game, and right from the outset, we'll be trying to go out there and win the game. Thank you.
If you could raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question. Vinny, can you go first?
Levez la main si vous voulez poser une question. Diogo.
Personally, just because of the injuries once again, and how far away do you feel you are from your sharpest and your best levels now?
Hello everyone. Yeah, it's been a difficult season for me personally. I had a few complications throughout the season. Obviously, these last couple of months are the ones that matter the most, where you decide things, and I don't feel I'm on my best form at the moment, but certainly by playing I will get there, and yeah, always try to do my best no matter what.
Yeah, how far away do you feel you are? What do you feel you need to take that step that gets you to your best level?
You never know. It's football. I don't play alone. This is not an individual sport, so there's a lot of things that things that you can't control yourself. But one thing you can, to give your best, and like I said, that's always what I do on the pitch.
We're also seeing Mo on course for possibly the greatest individual season in the Premier League. What do you make of the numbers he's again racked up this season?
It's outstanding. I think at the moment people almost stop counting because it's like, yeah, it's just doing incredible things, and in the end we'll just see the final numbers because, like you said, it's for sure the player I played at least with the biggest season, and it's like the difference is so big that it's like, let's see the final numbers. Obviously that helps us a lot because we know we can rely on him to do a lot of things, create chances, either scoring or assisting, and obviously it's good to have a player like that in the team.
And you're 1-0 up in this tie. You've got a cup final at the end of the week as well, and you're 16 points clear in the title race. How much are you thinking about the possibility of delivering multiple trophies this season?
No, it's a big week. It's a big week. We knew that before. Southampton game was massive because it's the only game we played this month for the Premier League, so we did our job there. And now 2 more games in this week for 2 different competitions. One is decisive. I think 2 are decisive, but one is the trophy in the line already. So yeah, 1 game at a time. It's tomorrow. It's a big game, and we obviously want to go through. And obviously on the weekend to win the first trophy. But like I said, 1 game at a time.
Next one, Julie, straight for the mic.
Hey, Diogo. You had to be very patient in that first leg yourself, and you're a player that just wants to get the ball and put it in the back of the net. When you're facing that type of opposition in PSG, what's that like when you have to stay patient, and do you expect that in this leg?
Yeah, I think they had the ball more than we expected. They dominated the game in a way. They created chances, and obviously we were too far away from their goal a lot of the time. But in the end, we won the game. So we know that. Obviously tomorrow here with our fans, we want to show a different face, and the game will be different for sure. But in the end, we just want to go through.
Luis.
Hi Diogo, do you think that game last week was the toughest of the season for yourself and Liverpool in general?
Yes, I think so. At least in my opinion, I obviously missed some games of the season, but I think the way the game went was not the plan, let's say. I think that shows us as well that even though the things were not going out well, the way we could work hard and stay in the game to eventually take our opportunity like we did means a lot as well, and shows that the character these players have, and that is also a very positive to take into the remainder of the season.
Mo.
Hi Diogo. Tomorrow actually marks 4 years since your last goal in the Champions League, and obviously last
4 years.
season, 4 years exactly, yeah. Obviously you did well in the Europa League last season, but I was going to ask you, are you aware of this? But it sounds like you weren't aware. No. How determined are you to be able to make a mark in this elite competition?
Let it be 4 years then. I think stats are also a part of today's game, especially, but they don't say everything. But well, I want to score, obviously, but that's not a factor that will impact my game at all tomorrow. And yeah, if I don't score and we go through, I don't mind keep adding a few more days into it.
Carl.
Hi Diogo, you said you're not at your best form at this moment. When would you say was the last time you were at your best form? Because obviously injuries have played a big part in the last few years, really.
I don't know. Obviously, sometimes you can have bad games. Sometimes you can also have good games when the form that you're talking about is like when you have a certain amount of games. I think in the end, as long as you keep being useful to the team, that's the most important. And sometimes not only the stats, but the way you can connect to your teammates and the way you can help the team defensively, and how can you, in the end, help the team getting the win. I think that's what I try to do every time I'm on the pitch, but obviously as a striker, I want to get involved in scoring goals, creating those opportunities, and every game it's a new opportunity to do that.
Any more? No? Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
I usually do that. That's usually my job. Vinny, do you need the mic?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Amy. First couple of in.
Anna, Luis Enrique has just said that he thinks whoever wins this tie will go on to the final. But he's also said in the last few days as well that PSG have nothing to lose coming here. So how do you see it?
I think after this game is still a long way to go to the final, and we already know which teams we can face. And I know from playing, there's first Aston Villa or Club Brugge, and then afterwards is probably going to be Arsenal or Atletico Madrid. So all very good teams. But what I do agree with Luis Enrique that we are a team, Paris Saint-Germain are a team, and 3 or 4 others that are good enough to reach the final. But because it's only 2 games, luck and bad luck can be decisive as well. It's difficult to say, but both teams are good enough to reach the final. Let's put it that way.
And do you really think that they have nothing to lose, or is that a bit of mind games?
They have a game of football to lose, and we as well. So I do think both they've been in this stage of the tournament for many years now. I think last season they reached the semi-final. We were not even at this stage last season in the Champions League, and the season before this was the round where we were knocked out. So yeah, these teams normally are going quite far into Europe, and yeah, that's it.
If you are to see it through, what difference do you need to see from the first leg?
I wasn't surprised at all about their performance. They've impressed me a lot. Before we played that game, I watched many games of them because we had a bit more time than normally. And I was really impressed by the intensity they play at, the team cohesion, the rotations in the midfield. They are such a complete team, such a well-managed team, and I think we've experienced this this last Wednesday. Some people said we played poor. I don't agree. I think they played tremendously well. I don't think we faced this season a team that combined that much quality with that much intensity. But I do think we can do better. So I'm not saying we played poor or not good at all, but we are a better team than we were last week, and that's something we have to prove tomorrow with the help of our fans.
Apologies.
Two questions really. There was some suggestion that PSG were surprised at the level of Liverpool last week in terms of you weren't very good. Do you have any comments on that, and do you think you'll have to play the best game of the season to get through tomorrow?
Nah, I think what you mean is that some of them have said that Arsenal and Bayern Munich were better than us, and that's I think what I've heard. I think what that has to do with the fact that Paris Saint-Germain improved a lot in these 2 or 3 months, and that they play away at Arsenal and away at Bayern Munich in these 2 games. And I saw both of those games. I just said I watched a lot of games. I saw those 2 as well. And they've improved and they've changed. So at Arsenal away they were much lower, waiting much more, and now they just press all over the pitch and take the risk of 1v1 constantly. So they've improved, they've changed, and it's up to them how they felt. I cannot influence what they felt. I don't even know if it's true or not, but I'm hoping that they have a different opinion after tomorrow night. Yeah, I do think so, because this is the most complete team we've faced so far. And what I mean with complete is, okay, we've faced, of course, Arsenal and City, and it's not that there are big margins, but the intensity they play that with, combined with the quality they have, because, let's be honest, we are talking here about probably the richest club, or maybe there's one richer club a bit further ahead, but so they have so much quality, and a great manager, because he lets the team play in a way that it's not easy to play against this team, and he brings the best out of every player, and he brings incredible work rate in the team. So that's why I think we have to be at our best tomorrow. But, for example, we didn't have ball possession at all. City away, the other richest club in the world, together with Paris Saint-Germain.